beautiful day for planting. Today we're going to plant some of my tomatoes. Now these are all the different kinds of tomatoes that I have, and of course you watched the video where we planted the seeds back in March. Now all of my tomatoes are healthy except for the one batch seem a little yellow, but that's fine. They are going to get really nice once I plant them in the ground. So let's go down in the garden and let's get planting some of these tomatoes. The video of me planting the seeds are at the end of this video in case you'd like to see it. Alright, so the question is, why did I put my garden stakes first before I planted my tomatoes? Well, that's an easy question. You always put your stakes down before you plant your tomatoes, because if you plant your tomatoes first and then you drive the stake down beside it, you can actually damage roots and not even know it. I'm going to do something different this year than I've done other years. I'm taking my shovel and I'm going to use that to dig the holes for my tomatoes. So we're going to go ahead and dig the holes for where the tomatoes are going to go in. Alright, so we're going to finish digging these holes and then I'll show you the plants. Alright, now for the easy part. We're just going to take our tomatoes and we're going to put one in each hole. So we're going to just drop one in each hole. Alright, we planted 27 tomato plants. Now I have a lot more to plant, but as you see, I only have enough of posts for the 27. But I have some old cages that I use. Some I made and some were got many years ago. Don't be disheartened if your tomato plants start to wilt. They will wilt for the daytime, but they'll perk up by the next day. So tomato plants will often wilt and look pretty sad after you plant them. Now I am going to go ahead and water these, but not in the heat of the sun. Always water your garden in the early morning or in the evening, preferably the early morning. So there you go. And I'm going to go ahead and get the cages. By having this potting shed fixed up, I'm really working on right now is having a place for everything and everything in its place. So all these pots that we've been using, we put them away for the next year. Alright, now everything's put away. Now we'll get planting some more. Now I don't really care for the wire cages, but we use what we got. And I've had these for quite a while now, and I like to use everything that I get. So I have these wire cages and we're going to use them. So we planted 27 tomato plants with the regular stakes, and now we're going to use 10 of them with these cages. You want to plant your tomatoes fairly deep so they get a good rooting system. And then we have all these containers we can use next year. One thing I don't like about these cages is it bends. The tomatoes bend. They bend the cages, but it's better than not having anything. So I'm going to plant the next 10 with the cages. one other kind of fencing you can use chicken fencing. Now, I had this from a long time ago. It actually works pretty good. I hate working with this kind of fencing though, because it's so prickly. It hurts your hands, your fingers, but it works pretty good. And then at the end of the year, you can fold them up so they don't take as much room. It's a little more work to it, but it's another free resource that you can have. It actually works pretty good. I have a lot more of them in my garage, which I think I'm probably going to have to pull out because I have so many tomato plants. Every year I think I'm not going to plant as many, and then I seem to plant them. Since we don't have trash service here, I tend to reuse everything I can find, because it's not easy for me just to throw stuff away. But it is hard on the hands. I know I should wear gloves, but I don't like wearing gloves. Alright, so there we go. We have 40 tomato plants planted. So that's the designated area for them. And then we have peppers that we're going to plant probably in the next video. What I like doing is keeping my videos to the same subject as much as I can. That way when people search it, they can easily find it. It actually is so hot, I went and got my bandana. That's one thing nice about having a bandana is it keeps the sweat off your face. And it's just so hot. Every year this is what we go through. We go from winter to summer. We skip springtime. So it's going to be hot here for the end of May, but that's how usually it is. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I can't wait to share with you tomorrow. And now the sun has set, and now we got to go ahead and water our tomatoes. I was hoping that we would get a little bit of rain, but that's not going to happen. So I have to water it by hand. Right, so here in eastern Pennsylvania, we usually have enough of rainfall that I really don't have to water much. And that's a real blessing, because it would be impossible for me to water everything by hand. When things get really dry, then I have to pick and choose what I can water. The last couple of years, we've had really good years where we didn't have it dry. But you can see these tomatoes need watered badly. Alright, so I water them to the count of 10. I count 10 seconds between each plant. Good night, everybody. This has been another Homestead Tessie production. Thanks again for watching.